Hey everyone, we are back and getting ready to go over chapter 1 of the FAA Airplane Flying Handbook. And this is the introduction to flight training. So we're going to learn about how flying isn't just about memorizing procedures, it's about developing a mindset and skills of a competent, safe pilot. So chapter 1 lays the foundation for your entire journey as a pilot, covering airmanship training requirements and the role of the FAA and what to expect from flight training. Let's break down these key points. Well, number one, we ask, what is airmanship? Well, airmanship is more than just flying an airplane. It's about developing judgment and skills that operate aircraft safely and efficiency in any situation. It's about understanding flight principles, ability to operate aircraft, precision, competence, good judgment, decision making, and also situation and look at risk management in every aspect. And to be able to anticipate and react to the changing conditions, because as a pilot, things are always going to be changing and you always got to be able to adapt. Some key skills you got to have as an airman is coordination, timing, a good control touch, and a good sense of speed. Recognize the change in airspeed and adjusting appropriately. We look at the purpose of flight training. This section of purpose of flight training, you gotta look at the fact that you'll be focusing on learning and developing transferable skills that you can apply to any aircraft. So not just what you're gonna learn in the aircraft that you're flying and training, but skills that are going to transfer to every single aircraft you're going to go to. You get more complex, bigger, faster aircraft that do a lot more. And so your things you're going to focus on is being able to understand how to be precise and to develop real safe habits. What are the role of the FAA, or the Federal Aviation Administration? So some key things that they're responsible for: certifying airmen and aircraft, establish and operate rules under the 14 CFR, and then releasing guidelines for safe directives of flight operations. Keep everybody safe in the whole process of flying. A few important FAA regulations that you should know is Part 61, 91, 67, 39. So certification requirements, operating flight rules, medical certificate standards, airworthiness directives. And if you look in the FAR, you'll be able to see all the things that you need for whatever rating you're getting. There's a lot of things in there, but it has a breakdown in the front of that. Next section in the flight handbook that is going to touch is the flight standards and oversight. So the Flight Standards Service, so they set aviation standards for pilots and aircraft operations, and the FSDO handles local oversight, certification, and safety checks. In your DPE, they're a private individual approved by the FAA to conduct exam. That's what's going to do your check rides for whatever rating that you're on. You can also get it done by the FAA, but the DPE is who more than likely you're going to get it done with. The role of your flight instructor. Your flight instructor is the backbone of flight training. They're responsible for building safe, competent pilots. And some of the responsibilities that you got to look for with your flight instructor is the fact that they're going to teach you airmanship and decision making. They're going to provide structured lessons using the syllabus, and build good habit patterns to make it safe and consistent with your performance. And they're going to set the example for professionalism and safety. It's like talk about safety over and over and over. It's a constant theme, right? And a good instructor isn't just teaching you how to pass the test. They're really teaching you how to become a competent pilot for the rest of your career in your life. So where you gonna get your training from? Well, there's different flight sources, different flight schools. And you got the Part 141 schools, which is a structured program with approved training outlines by the FAA. They have higher training standards than Part 61. Doesn't mean they're better than Part 61, but the standards are more stringent. It's probably a better way to look at it. They're more stringent from the FAA. At the end of the day, you still take the same check ride, whether you're Part 141 or Part 61. So the expectations at the end are still exactly the same. But because of the very structured program that they have, sometimes there can be reduced hour requirements for the certification. Part 61 independent schools are way more flexible with their training structure, and they follow the FAA requirements, but not as tightly regulated as Part 141. Then you got the FAA certified training centers. They focus on simulator training and often used for advanced training and different type ratings. When we're on certification and testing, you got your ACS, which is the Airman Certification Standards. So that's structured guideline for testing. So that covers maneuvers, procedures, and knowledge areas. So every test you're going to go through breaks down what is needed for testing, for hours requirement, etc. for your ratings. And the practical test evaluates decision-making, judgment, and overall competency. This is the standard that the FAA is going to use when they're giving you your check ride, and that's what it's based off of. Safety practices and procedures. So safety is built into flight training from day one, and key parts of it include collision avoidance. So follow a scene, avoid runway incursion avoidance, so know the airport layout, maintain situation awareness while taxiing, stall awareness, and use of checklists. And you're going to continually have professional development and continued education throughout your pilot journey. And FAA Wings program is one way to do that, with ongoing pilot proficiency and safety training program. And it helps pilots stay current and sharpen their skills. While participating can qualify you for insurance discounts. All right. So some good steps for success when you're getting started on this journey is start with a positive mindset. Flight training takes time and practice. So you got to understand that you got to be patient going through this. Trust your instructor. Follow the syllabus and don't skip steps. If you don't trust your instructor, you're already going to have a problem. You got to make sure that you trust your instructor, have an instructor you can trust, but you got to have that positive attitude going into it. Don't chase perfection. You ain't going to be perfect. You can be good, but don't worry about being perfect. And your goal isn't to be perfect. The goal is to meet the standards, come close to standards, but ultimately be safe and build good habit patterns, not fly perfect every single time. Take your time. Don't rush. Rushing leads to mistakes. And stay involved to get your certificate. Flying is a lifelong learning process. So that's chapter 1, a good summary of it for the introductory to flight training. Master these basics of airmanship, decision making, and flight planning. It's going to set you up for success through your pilot journey.